takes does it take to go live on a Sunday? Why, I think it's probably 3.
Yeah, 3.
You know what? Here we are. So anyway,
Oh, great.
good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Just,
I'm
what are you not?
not. I'm not on.
He's not on. Who else?
Not
Is
on.
anybody not on? How are you doing?
I'm ready to be on, but not quite. Change
colours.
computers.
He's changing computers because that's what can happen. I'm like, am I plugged in? Oh, my microphone. Oh, it's perhaps on inside out.
Yeah.
Skipping down the old cleavage, such that is. Anyway. Well, that got your attention, did it?
No.
Exactly. It's not a cleavage person. Good job too. Anyway, what's up?
We're good. We're coming in.
Oh, there we go. Take 3. That's the one.
Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Take 3 right there.
So.
Okay.
I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I was on the beach at 5 o'clock. You might have seen the live. Epic drop this morning. Nice 5 labyrinths on Newport Beach. As I said, 5 a.m. Pre-dawn. Pretty good. What's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm all set.
Oh, I know you're good. You're all set. It's all set. You can't see comments if it's all full screen, can you?
I know. How did that get there?
Oh, obviously.
There we are.
No. Ah, Mama. Good morning, Mama. Hi. Mama, I got my nights on. Are you wearing yours,
Oh,
Mama?
shoot.
Oh, Adi Sandri. Hello, sweetheart. How lovely to see you. Adi Sandri's in the house. And Mum. So, Moms, this is Adi Sundry. Adi Sundry's been around for a long time. And that's Mom's is James's lovely mum. And we're so proud that she actually manages to get on here.
I know.
Like,
So awesome.
go, Moms. I'm setting you up with stretching exercises next. So, watch this space. So, what you got going on then?
Everything's good now.
We thought what would be really nice is nice. No questions.
No.
Is to start introducing, because I'm really passionate about us spending this time together to be able to. Of course, it's nice to hang out together. Of course, we love it. But time is precious, and we want to be able to gather tools that we can use in IRL, in real life. We're quite passionate about that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things sound good, and then actually are we doing them? So putting in checks and balances along the way as well, because oftentimes we might think that we are one way, and yet really
Quite another.
Indeed. We often don't see that unless we're starting to put our checks and balances in place. So we thought what would be cool is, it's one thing talking about something, but it's another actually sharing actual experiences. And this is where we're inviting you as well to share your experiences of how has mindfulness and or meditation helped you in a IRL, in real life, situation this week. And we'll start, shall we?
We shall.
So, mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Fixing the car.
Oh, car breaking down, first of all.
Down.
The car breaking down. Car overheating.
Yes.
We were so excited on Thursday that we were going to the beach. It was the first beach sunset. We were back. It was fucking 80 degrees. It was insane. And we got a few miles from home and a few miles towards the beach. And Nico, our trusty Subi, overheated. No steam, no nothing, but overheated. And so that scuppered that. So we had to pull over whilst she cooled down. Major disappointment. But what did we do?
We came home.
Well, no, we pulled over into the parking
Oh,
lot and we did our
yes.
Duolingo.
Yeah,
We said,
we just-
okay,
Yes,
okay.
we did our Duolingo.
Well, we can't do anything while she's cooling down. So,
we did our
pulled in the shade,
we
which
did
is
our
very
Spanish.
important, and we did our Spanish lesson, which we've been doing for over 100 days each, both of us, keeping some kind of continuity. We're experimenting with that continuity, small steps
consistent
over time
with a
in the right direction.
Yes.
Fall down, get back up.
Absolutely.
Right? Small steps over time, consistently in the right direction. Fall down, get back up. Right? That's what we've been practicing. So we did our Duolingo, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we managed to get the car home, and again she overheated on Tuesday. Friday after Samaj fixed her, and then yesterday we got it because the connector was not working. But the whole point of this was that we were using our mindfulness practice as a tool instead of getting all. Whoa, my earring just fell out like that. Just started tumble. It did. Do you want a hand? Give me a hand. Sorry. Yes, to not get all super upset, and then Samaj on Friday, Friday, rode his bicycle to AutoZone, which wasn't open, so he rode to another one at 7 in the morning, then came back and fitted it, had to redo something, kept his cool, super, I was telling John about that, just very calm, and having that, and not letting yourself get all wrought up, it's quite valuable. So I don't know if anybody else has anything that they can share. I also have 2 people that were telling me about medical and dental procedures that they were going through, and in both instances they were awake, numbed locally, but awake, and in both instances they were not to move, and they both said, all I could do, and neither of them do yoga or mindfulness or meditation or anything, they said all I could do was breathe. I just didn't think about my breathing, and I was just like just breathing. So that's going to be the inspiration for today, is us having some time with our breathing, because when it comes to us needing it in such an instance, it's much nicer for us to have a bit of familiarity with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an old friend, like we're like, okay, well, I got this because I can breathe, and I know when I come into my breath that allows me to do things that I can't otherwise do, right? So that's what we're going to do. But you said you had a question.
I do. So let's see.
And do feel free, like if you've got anything that you've, there's something that's helped you this week in your mindfulness or your meditation practice, to share that.
So, how much time should I spend on mindfulness each day?
3 hours, 29 minutes, and 42 seconds.
And the 42 seconds are
the 42
extremely
seconds is actually
important.
when the transformation happens.
Yes, it happens. The 42 seconds is when
It's
it
very
happens.
scientific.
Yes.
And it's in all the books, everywhere.
Yeah, all the research.
And it is the degree of the north of the major of the blood and Emma.
Yeah, it's very, this is very detailed, very specific.
Not to make fun of your question. But yeah, it's very prescriptive, isn't it? How much time we need to spend on something. Well, we're not going to be mindful 24/7. Mindful practice is just us actually kind of stopping thinking about other things, so that we can just actually be present for the one thing that's happening. When I was drawing labyrinths this morning, I was explaining to someone afterwards that during that time, all my attention is with the stick and the sand parting, and I just have to stay there. Otherwise, it's going to show, right? And at that time, during that time, there's nothing else can come on my mind, right? My mind's not available for anything to get on because it's somewhere else, and it is so focused on that, and it's not looking for anything else. And if anything else pops in, it's not picking up on it. Now, that doesn't mean that when we're practicing mindfulness, we don't think about anything, because we think about everything, right? It's just about whether we hang on to it. It's just about whether we engage it. It's just about whether we get like caught up in it, and to what degrees. I'm dressed under here, by the way. It looks like I'm slowly like getting naked. I'm not slowly getting naked, but I could be slowly getting naked. I reckon that's, it is. It's Deb J. Deb J! Deb J, are you feeling a bit better this week, Deb J? How's your recovery going? I've been thinking about you. So I know you said last week had been a rough week of recovery. So I'm hoping that this week is a bit of a better week of recovery for you. And so, yeah, so how much mindfulness was the question? It's basically, snack on it. That's what I like to think. Just snack on it wherever you can. When you find yourselves like, better but hot flashes now. Welcome to the club, baby. I mean, not welcome, but,
It's not a great
I
club,
feel
is
you.
it?
So snack on your mindfulness. Try to be mindful, trying to watch where you start to feel certain things, especially when you get mad, right? So when you start to get mad and irritated, can you go back? Can you be an investigator and go back and see what was that first feeling that you had? Was there like a tightness that you feel somewhere, or like a little flush in the skin, or a little, something that you can feel? And because the more we can become mindful of where that begins, the more we can rein it back. Because in the scheme of things, what does it matter? Because maybe what we could think about is what I've been thinking about recently is what kind of world I want to live in. And I want to live in a world where I can be kind. So not only a kind world, but a world where I can be kind. And that actually takes quite a bit. It takes your world to not be pressuring on you in order for you to have the capacity to feel kind, even if you're a kind person. Do you know what I mean? And ultimately, you're probably not as kind as you always think you are, because we do kind of overestimate those things. Or maybe not. But anyway, I want to live in a world where I can be kind, right? So that's a filter for me as to how I go forward and what I say yes to, I've got one hair in, one hair out. Everyone's like just misbehaving today. It's okay though. It's all right. It's just hair. And so mindfulness will help us with that, because what we can do is, even if ultimately it probably comes out, right? But afterwards, maybe we replay it and we go, that was a little extra. And I'm trying not to be a little extra right now. I know I'm extra, but I'm trying not to be so extra with people. And so you might go back and say, I'm sorry, I was a little extra, right? And walk it back. The other thing I've done twice this week is turned around and said, you know what, that was me. I did that, that's my fault. The customer came and something didn't go, and that was my fault, and I told him. The guy looked at me. I appreciate that, he says. I shook my hand. So these things, they're just, they seem to be small things, but within our soul contract, they're big, you see. So when we're doing these things that we're getting away with, right, all the things that we say we're going to be that we're not, and we get away with it, in my world, I think that, even though other people might not see it, and even though that source, God, whatever it is, might not see it, maybe, your soul sees everything, feels everything, it knows everything, and then and beyond. And so we can't get out of that, you see. And that's the thing. And it's the soul. And when the soul kind of feels good about what the body's doing and what the mind's doing, then we've got this union that doesn't need as much on the outside. And then we become mindful of even more. And like flowers and blue sky. Like I made this little recording at the gas station this morning whilst I was filling up gas about how ecstatic I was feeling about being under the blue sky that was filling me up from the inside, so white, so white, so white. I can't even remember it, but it was just this little thing. Because, that's what it does.
Mm-hmm.
So it can help us in so many ways. And then it can also help us if we're doing medical and scary things, that we can be with our breath. And it's about that time. So as to how much time, the time that you have, the time that you give it, and you can tap in and tap out. It doesn't require you to get ready. It doesn't require anything. You're sitting at the traffic light, and instead of thinking, come on, I gotta go, you can be like, breathing in, breathing out. Whoa, look at me. Breathing in. Who is this person? Look, breathing out. Okay, let's go. And off you go. Right? Try doing that. Try making your car, if you're trying to do more mindfulness, make your car your little temple. This is your incubator. This is where you get to see. This is your
your
microscope.
Oh.
This is your microscope as to who you are and what you and how you react, right? And then this is how you can start to rein it back, and you can start to see where it happens, and start to be mindful of that.
Okay.
So, and then with the hot flashes too, definitely the breath with that, like there's nothing you can do, and I swear until you experience this hot flash, I don't even know, it's not like a hot flash, it's not like flash gone. It is this like 1 minute sitting
hot
here.
Stain.
It is sitting here 1 minute like this, and within 10 seconds stripping down to, this is why I'm wearing this little strappy dress, because it's about all I can wear at times, and it's been perfect. I put pants on with it and a sweater and whatever, just in the house, But sitting here, and then the next thing, like dripping all the way, like visibly, like head to toe to fingertips, right? And it is beyond in the head. Oh my God, my head's so hot, just hot. And at nighttime, I'm having 2 to 3 an hour, pretty much every hour. So I'm not sleeping much. More of a basket case, reckon so, But what you're going to do? Go to the beach and draw labyrinths. That's what I do. That's how it started. This is how my whole beach escapades started. Deb says, how do I work out with hot flashes? You know what, Deb? I'm about to start sharing about that. I'm on week 69. This is about, I think it's 69, of not missing a workout, and actually getting into my workout clothes at 4 o'clock in the morning during a hot flash, because that's when I have one. And I'm all sticky as if I've already ridden and already done my workout. And but what I have worked out is that as challenging as working out is, it's better to be worked out than not to have worked out. And I definitely am feeling a lot different to how I felt this time last year, which again I'm be sharing, because that's why I've been quiet. I've really had to go deep to do this, because it has been definitely the challenge of a lifetime, I reckon, this past 2 years since we took down the videos, to be honest, the whole that since then, and we had to get through that, didn't we, and then get to here. So, and here we all are, and I'm so happy to see us here. So oh yeah, you see, check out a local pool for swimming. You find the thing that you can do, that you want to do, because for me as well, it was no longer about losing weight, and I'll share more about this because we're going to do a meditation, but it wasn't more about losing weight. I was a bit scared about some other health factors as well, and I lost my dad at 70, and Samaj is 64, so it's only 6 years older than him now. And then with menopause exacerbating a lot of these matters, that I literally was kind of scared into action. and also was in a deep depressive hole that if I didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't get out of it. Like, it's not something I've been there, since I was like 19, but knowing that like I had to do something. And what was cool was I got to literally use the tools that I've been in the last 20 years and see what worked. And honestly, I'm in a place right now that I personally have never ever been in my skin and in my being, as well as being more challenged than I ever have been as well. So it's a really interesting place to be and a powerful place, to be honest, because because we've endured 100% of our toughest days, haven't we? So, and at this point, we've got all of our experience. I'm getting dressed again. We've got all of our experience, oh, cheers. What's that? Project Pedra. Because we do, like, we need to balance. What we have right now, for those of us who are what we call this side of 55, that we've never had before, is the sum of the experience of everything we've gone through, right? And then also we've had these expectations and metrics of success that we've ascribed to and that we've bought into and that we've gone along with, only possibly to find ourselves in a place that we hadn't quite thought we were going to be, in a way that we hadn't quite thought we were going to feel, and wondering like, fuck, is this it? And then other parts of our lives may also be changing, but definitely there's that change within us. And what part of the society wants to write us off, but we're still, this is when we're like so ripe in our power, like just so incredibly ready to just say fuck off and actually work on ourselves to fill our own cups. Because the truth is, as much as everyone's told us that's selfish, if we don't have a full cup, we can't share it. And even if we do have a full cup, what if I've got a full cup? I want my full cup, and I want you to have a full cup too, which means I need more than a full cup. I actually need a source, right? I need a wellspring. And we become our own wellspring, right? And we become our own influencer of change. And we're not listening to all these stupid twats out there who are telling us, get this, buy this, and this is the one thing. And if we did this one thing. What I love about the labyrinth is, the labyrinth tells us, or told me, walk my path and find your way. Now, when someone says that, now I'll start listening, you see, because normally they say, da, 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 and this is how you do it, right? Well, fuck it, this is how you do it. Because you have to find your way. And I think that's the beautiful thing we have at this side of 55, is if we weren't doing that before, we are most certainly ready to do that now. And I was just talking to my cousin, I was saying, like, how 55 used to be when we were kids was so much older, and now, like, how we feel at 55 and going forward. So that's what it's all about. And now it made me go over. I've been all excited. You get me excited talking about that stuff because
let me at him.
Because everyone's about the, like, I've got all my wrinkles and everything, and we'll talk about that another time because I've got like a neck down. I've got, can't control my wrinkles. I've got these wrinkles and should be having like fillers and Botox and facelifts and look like this and look like I was 20, but and anti-aging and all of that. No, let's be powerful. Let's embrace these stories that are our scars in our faces and our wrinkles and our wobbles and whatever the fuck we have. Because the minute we can start accepting who we are right now in this skin is the minute we start to find peace within. And then all those other things you might want to do, maybe lose weight, maybe have a relationship, they come when that happens. But they don't happen and then you feel better. You start to accept yourself now as you are, and then everything else follows. It's like such magic. It's such relief, right? And you are allowed to be who you want to be. So don't let anyone villainize the journey that you want to go on. If you want to lose weight, you go ahead. Just don't do the Ozempic, please. Anyway, we'll talk about it anyway. Look, now we're super late.
Yes, so just get on tap.
Yeah, major face changes. My face, bless it's been out here, it's been here, it's dirt. So, and I've been in the sun, and I wouldn't change any of it, because this is who I am. And this is the journey that I've had. And yeah. Katie! Remember Katie Alexandria? Hello.
Hello.
Project Peace. Hi. Oh, so lovely to have you all. So shall we do a sit? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're a bit over. It's the first time we've gone over. It's because I've been up since 4 o'clock, dropping labyrinths. I'm all in a hyper. It's like Christmas Day to me. I know I don't apologise. If you need to go, obviously, you just go. And if you can stay, stay. Just come sit comfortable, however it is for you.
Okay.
Yeah. You can close your eyes. I love this kimono, by the way. It was given to me by a dressmaker in Bodega Bay, uni. I just called in there one day and I ended up spending 3 hours with her. And she gave me this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous kimono. And today I put it on. I was like, gosh, I'm going to wear this all the time. So here we are. Anyway. Close your eyes. That's beautiful. I'm going to take a little water because I've been talking. And as you start to settle in, just being here right now, meaning whatever it was you were doing before, and whatever it is you have to do afterwards, if you can just allow yourself these moments to be right here, kind of settling into your body. Was there an ache or a pain anywhere that you can feel? Is there a part of you that you can feel any more than another? If, like Deb and myself, you're having hot flashes, is there a coolness to your body right now that you can appreciate beyond what you may have thought you could appreciate before? The lack of heat right now, knowing it can rise at any time. Where are your shoulders? Are they relaxed? Can you let them go a little? How about the muscles on your face? Holding any tension there? Can you let them go? Maybe you could have a little smile. Going down to your seat bones, making contact. The weight that's supported. Breathing in, the belly expanding. And breathing out, just letting it go. Nothing to do here. Nothing to see. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to just do that for a few minutes here in some nice, beautiful silence. Listening to your breath, letting it take you to the whispers of your soul. And off you go. chooses to just be around you, knowing that it doesn't have to be quiet on the outside, for you to find your peace on the inside. Now start to bring your awareness back. Just move your body a little. You can keep your eyes closed if you want. Just start to come back into feeling yourself right here, right now. You can flutter your eyelids open when they're ready. Hey, how's that? How's that for you?
Great.
It's a little shorter. I want to be mindful the time, the extra bit of time that we had today, but also being mindful of when it feels right. So hopefully that's the same. But just that deliciousness, to me anyway, of silence, of when we can actually be with our own breath and just feel that beautiful thing that happens all the time without us doing anything, right? We don't have to do anything. There's nothing for us to force. There's nothing for us to get right or get wrong. All we've got to do is just turn up, sit down, close our eyes and stay there. That's it. And then whatever and whatever. The rest will just follow. And that's the beautiful thing. And when we start to do that, when we start to make that commitment, then stuff happens. And then there's the mindfulness that you're going to use along the way. Of course, you're not going to sit in your car and sit there like, that's not the same mindfulness, right? That's being mindful and watching. And so there's a sitting practice, and then there's actually like what you can go and do like in real life, out there in the field. And I call that the spiritual playground. That's like all the things that you think you are, go test it, right? You think you're a nice person, you go take something back when someone doesn't want to give you what you want. See how nice you are then, because that's where we get to practice, right? That person that you don't like the most right now, that you dislike the most, when you start to let go of that, you're starting to do good in your spiritual practice. They are our spiritual practice, right? That's the beauty of it. We don't need too much spiritual practice, to be quite honest, I don't think. You know, our spirits are fine. That's what my spirit told me. Told me my spirit was fine, but I should look out what my body was doing, because maybe that wasn't so fine. I thought that was quite a good message, actually. So spirit's fine, but maybe you need to look at that human body of yours. And I was like, okay, got a good point there, haven't you? So can't argue with that, can I? And it's actually but I've thought about it quite a lot. That yes, you know, all this spiritual practice, quote unquote. But it's the human bodies are the ones that get to do all the stuff. And so maybe that's that. So anyway, there you go. Went a bit over, little bit, but you know, hope that's all right. And we'll see you next week. We'll be back noon on Sunday, where we get to meet ourselves and not let the clock clip by and think of, you know, a whole season going by, or a whole year going by, that each week we can come, sit, meet ourselves, and just keep turning up. when we turn up, life turns up too. So,
No, thank you.
Project Peace, thank you. Making a lot of sense. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. And then Jay, thank you.
The love.
Well, likewise, Project Peace. It's lovely to have you joining us. So we're going to be here every Sunday. It's an informed practice. It's informing us. We're turning up. You're turning up with us. Hey, we don't know what's going to come of this, because that's the journey. So happy journey! Yay! Gonna go get some sunshine. I love you so much.